Welcome to the Talk Exchange podcast. It's your boys Nick and Francis in the building.
In the building, live in effect.
That's it. How you doing, man?
Hey, Nick, I'm good, man. Doing fine. How are you?
I'm good, man. Glad to have you here.
Hey, man. You already know, man. It is what it is. We're here to do what we have to do.
Yeah. How you been, though?
I've been good.
This week's been good?
Man, this week was good, man. Birthday weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I had a chance to really celebrate. Got a lot of love from family and friends. And
awesome.
Like I said, man, just I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Live to see another year.
Yeah.
And now it's time to keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
And look forward to the next year.
There you go. You don't have any things that you're doing new for the next year, or what you want to accomplish by the next birthday or anything?
I don't really do that because you know what? Now is the time. I find that when people make when they set goals and expectations based on a year or new year, sometimes they go back into the old habits. I just believe you just keep pushing and keep grinding, and your accomplishments should come regardless of a date or a stamped date that you expect it to actually come to fruition.
Yeah. And you know what? Funny you said that, but because a lot of people make not only birthday, whatever, but they New Year's resolutions, so like it's good because I've started to live by that too, is like no New Year's resolution, just the day by day. And I know where I want to reach or what I want to accomplish. And I just go kind of day by day.
Yeah, just go day by day because it's realistic.
Yeah. But people say like limit yourself at least, like put a limit, put a target.
I mean, it's good because there's a motivational factor to that, right? Yeah. So when you have some people work with deadlines and they work with timelines, right? So it's an incentive to be motivated towards achieving your goals, right?
Yeah.
But then if they're unrealistic times, you end up falling back because life is unpredictable sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So, if you set a goal, for example, here's a perfect example. How many times you see people making New Year's resolutions that have to do with going to the gym? As soon as the New Year starts, all the time. So my point is New Year's, 2022, I'm going to hit the gym, Come April, May, they're right back to their regular routine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just do whatever you have to do. Just do it. Don't even think of a timeline. Just keep doing it. Yeah. And then if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, just keep moving or do whatever else you have to do.
Yeah.
But I just think that, setting unrealistic goals for yourself sometimes could be disappointing.
Yeah. Because,
if you, by 2023, I'm going to have a house, and all of a sudden you don't have that house and you feel disappointed and let down. No.
Yeah.
Like I said, it works for some people, and some people it's just not realistic, but they try.
At
the end of the day, you can't knock anybody for trying. So if that's how you function and that's how you want to, achieve your success, sure, go ahead and do it. But for me, I just take things day by day, like you said, and just work towards my goal. It doesn't matter what date or year, as long as I work towards achieving it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, happy birthday to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to the topic at hand.
All right.
I mean, we deal with a lot of relationship topics. So, and I personally like them because I love your views on them. So let's get right into it. And this is something, again, most of the stuff that we talk about is something that I've heard and also probably experienced or whatever. But a lot of stuff that I hear and I go by my own experiences and opinions.
Okay.
And then I want to hear someone else's input. You know what I mean? And
sounds good.
Get my own conclusion.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You know what I mean? So what I heard this week was your significant other being your best friend. Now, does your significant other need to be your best friend in order for that relationship to be the best relationship?
Negative. Because there's a difference between having a companion and having a best friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your best friend, you do things with your best friend that you don't do with your significant other. And sometimes that could also cause a little bit of disruption. Now, some people say, my wife is my best friend. My husband's my best friend. Yeah, sure. If it works for you guys and you have a lot of things in common, that's fine. But sometimes you do things that, you don't need to really bring your wife or your husband in. Like, say, for example, right now, hey, me and my boys are going to go to a strip club. Just have a boys' night. You know what I mean? Let me bring my best friend. All of a sudden, me and my boys are going crazy. Now she's getting angry because I'm looking at Hooters.
Yeah.
And then we're going to the car. She's angry. You know what I mean? And then that becomes something. Yeah. Or, let's go to the club, man. You know what I mean? Me and my boys kicking it. We're dancing. I may want to dance with a girl or two, but it's just innocent dancing, having fun. But then if I bring my best friend to do that type of stuff. All my guys are having fun and I'm just there with my best friend. I can't be myself because my wife, which is my best friend, might get offended because I'm also like having too much fun in the club, like my friends that may be also single.
Yeah. Well, I know quite a few people that their significant other is their best friend and they have pretty good relationships and they do everything together. I hear you, because there's some people that they extremely value their girls' time or their boys' time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So for those ones, you definitely have to get someone you match.
Exactly.
Right? Because it like you said, it's going to cause a conflict.
It could.
Yeah.
It could. And, it all depends on the lifestyle and what you do,
right.
As your leisure time, what you do on your spare time, right? Like if some people are just content with just sitting at home watching movies and that's all they do, maybe go grocery shopping together, you know what I mean? Go to the movies again. They come home. Then of course, if that's what you do, then then that you could be your best friend because what you guys do, you have it in common and
right.
it works for you. But if you have somebody that's outgoing, maybe you want to go to parties, you know what I mean? Maybe you go to networking events and, you're utilizing like, your marketing skills by meeting people, smoozing for a business deal, you know what I mean? And you're bringing your best friend along. There's always a thing with a woman watching you talk with another woman.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. There's always going to be some sort of eye watching you.
Yeah.
When your wife is beside you and you're meeting people at a networking event, shaking hands with females and so forth. And, sometimes the opposite attracts in terms of gender, right? Like for me, I have a lot of female friends that are good friends of mine. A lot of female friends as opposed to guy friends. There are women that also have a lot of guy friends and less female friends, right? So if I go with my best friend to spots that I go to or what I consider entertainment, it might make her a little bit insecure or make her a little bit mad or, just to change her mood because I'm always going to be socializing with the opposite sex.
Yeah, I think, and you said it, there's a level of insecurity, right? If that person is going to get upset at you talking to, a female at a club or at a networking event, that makes for like not good.
No,
not a good relationship or a good time
exactly,
when you go out, right?
Exactly.
So I think there's a level of insecurity
for sure. I mean, I don't,
but it also depends too. Like, it could go both ways. It also depends, like how that person is interacting.
Exactly.
That person could be a little bit more on the flirty type. That's the way
exactly right.
And I know some men or women hate to see their significant other do the same things that to someone else that they would do to them. Like, for example, it might be a bad example, but for example, like hun, like, so, your significant other say, hey hun, how you doing or whatever. And then you hear her talking to someone else like, hey hun, it's like, whoa.
You know why I'm laughing? Because I've experienced that so many times. It's just a word.
Yeah.
But because it's not your word, it's not trademarked or patented. Like, hey, what's up, babe? How you doing? Oh, she's your babe, eh? Like, it's just a conversation. It came out that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like for me, for example, I could flirt. I'm very, like, people look at me as a flirtatious person. And it's innocent. I can go out, whether it's at, a restaurant or a bar, a lounge, a club, a networking event. And you would think that I'm really like trying to get into somebody's pants, but no, it's just me schmoozing, just having fun, and this is my personality. Right.
Yeah.
But for me to bring my girl, that's my friend, around that stuff, after a while, she's like, no, I'll just hang out at home, because they don't want to see that, right? And it's not only for females, it's also for guys too. Yeah, imagine you being a guy and seeing your girl at a club hugging like 17 men, but hugging for like more than 30 seconds. Like, the hug where you hug so long and you're talking in the ear and you're swerving from side to side. Imagine
spinning around, lifting up.
So as a guy, you'd be like, you know what? So, hey, if you want to give it a try and say, yo, that's my friend, we do everything together, I think this, your partner being your best friend will probably come at a later age in life.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Later
So
age, yeah.
When you see people that have been married for like 40 years, 50 years, they pretty much don't really have a lot of physical or should I say like outgoing activities as they used to when they were younger.
Right.
So, you have more time at home. You have more time, maybe going grocery shopping, going to the movies. So then, yeah, the companionship starts to show a little bit more. And then that also could be like a huge friendship aspect to it, because you're limited to the other things that you do that can ruffle the bed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Your
of
bed
course.
sheets,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely. That I was going to say that, but I didn't say it right away. But yeah, the age thing, yeah, I think it comes into play.
Yeah, definitely.
As you're kind of like, more leveling out in life.
Yes.
And you meet that certain one that does it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think less of that stuff happens. Like, as you're younger, you're going at this club, that club, this trip, that trip.
You just have, exactly. And it could be just innocent. Like, how many times, I know there are a lot of people listening right now, guys and girls, how many times in your active days or even in your beginning of your relationships where, hey, honey, I'm going out with the guys to play ball. The first time is nothing. Oh, I'm going out again. All of a sudden now it becomes an issue that you're going out with your friends. You're not spending time with me. Yeah. So, and then when you bring them and they see what you do, they're like, oh, so you like that person. Who's she? Who's that? Like for me, I keep my good friends and my relationships separate.
Yeah.
My wife is my wife. We do our thing. There's nothing wrong with doing things that you guys do together as a couple and as a partner. Yeah. And then when I have my friends, we do us as friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not, there's no rule of thumb here. There is no law that says, a companion can't be friends with, whoever they're, a companion and a best friend does not make sense. No, if it worked for some people, it works depending on your lifestyle.
Yeah. It's I guess like a preference, sort of, for lack of better words. I guess, But I mean, me personally, like I know a couple of friends that they are best friends and they do everything together. They're at every event together and they also have like other friends that are in relationships and whatnot. So they have like a huge entourage of friends that they all get along and they all go, have fun and they travel together or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I do like that concept of having.
It's a nice concept, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. When I see it, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. For sure. I think it's a beautiful thing that the significant other is your best friend.
I mean, and that's what I said. Like, it all depends on your lifestyle. You know what I mean? Some people do not want to be meeting with other people they don't feel comfortable with or don't want to. Have you ever been somewhere with your girl because, her friends invited you to like a get together and some people look awkward? Then you got to fake talking all night. So some people don't like that stuff, right? So so it all depends. If it works for you, it works for you. And guys listening and ladies listening, these are just conversations based on our opinions and also experiences. So please don't think that this is set in stone. We're not trying to tell you guys how not to be best friends and how to be best friends. This is just our opinions. This show is about opinions. So just wanted to throw that out there. So yeah, if it works for you, it works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. In my experience, I've had, encounters with people that try to have best friend relationships and bring in their significant other around, and that could become problematic.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. So, and I'm speaking from my own experience too, right? So, and it all goes to show, like, this is where another thing you talked about too. You're talking about insecurities, like, depending on your lifestyle and what you do and who you bring your significant other around, guy or girl, that person got to be able to be very confident in themselves so that when they see, for example, when they see a female that may be hotter than them, they don't start to feel a little bit jealous and insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine yourself having a wife, the wife is good, you want, one of my girlfriends invited us somewhere and da-da-da. All of a sudden now you guys meet and your wife is looking at the girl and the girl looks like Halle Berry, like a Julia Roberts or just name somebody that's really hot right now. Like, you know what I mean? Sincere, Sweetie, all those, you know what I mean? Like above. Really, really, like, you know what I mean? So she got to be able to handle that and vice versa. So, you know what I mean? Vice versa too.
Yeah, you're right. So you just triggered something else. So, that's one thing. Okay. It's your significant other, is your best friend or whatever the deal is. And okay, you have other friends. Now, what about what I've heard people that at work, at the workplace? What about the term, that's my work wife or that's my work husband?
Man, listen, this is really, really, I'm glad you said that, because let me tell you something now. Relationships happen in different environments. And no matter what you want to say, they are relationships.
Yeah.
I said relationships. I was about to say something else, but relationships, right? You can have a work wife that is literally your work wife. When you can have a work husband that is literally your work husband. Why? Because you guys spend an X amount of time together on a regular basis.
5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
Hey,
yeah.
Look at the Me Too movement that's taking place, where all of these guys are getting called out, and a couple of females here and there. These are all based on, we worked together, he touched me inappropriately.
Yeah.
She worked with me, she touched me inappropriately. All of these relationships form in a work environment because you see them all the time.
Yeah.
So a relationship, because you can have a work relationship.
Yeah.
You know,
it's very easy to do.
It's very easy because
I mean, I've been there, worked at certain places.
We've all been there.
Well, been there, and sometimes the person you least expect or whatever the deal is, in some cases, all of a sudden you guys are feeling each other.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? The attraction is there.
Definitely.
Like after a while, and sometimes the attraction is there from the jump. Me personally, I wouldn't be okay with hearing my significant call somebody else my work husband. Hey. I would not be comfortable with that at all.
I hear you.
Make that your altogether husband, because yeah, I'm not down with that. No, hell no.
Man, no, I hear you loud and clear, because think about it, man. You are in your own relationship outside of work, and then you have a relationship with somebody at work, right? Now, it's only a matter of time. When you spend time with people, you start to see different qualities in these people.
Exactly.
Maybe this person's even a better listener than your husband. Mm-hmm. Or better listener than your wife. Just one day that you've had an argument with your husband.
Yeah.
You come into work pissed off, and this guy's there for you.
Yeah.
Then there you have a different type of connection.
And
then from that it grows, right? Then you start to get feelings, because when you hang with somebody you care about, it's only a matter of time before you start to have feelings that will evolve into something else if the both of you let it.
Right, exactly.
That's why a lot of affairs take place in the workplace, because you are in a work relationship. You see this person every day. Sometimes you even see this person and talk to them more than your own significant others.
Yeah.
You finish 8 hours, 9-hour shift. You come home, hey honey, I'm just going to eat and go to bed. Yeah. You wake up and spend the entire active day with that person every day for years.
Interacting. Yeah.
That's a relationship.
Yeah, 100%. And if you don't watch it, there could be problems, because there's a survey that I saw, heard about, and they did a survey in the financial district, anonymous survey.
Okay.
And it was how many, and they did both for male and female, how many people, or I can't remember, but I think it was at least 4 out of 5 women were or admitted to having some type of relationship with someone at work that their significant other doesn't know about.
See, exactly.
That's a high percentage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, and so being at work, that's one of the most crazy places that you can have an affair, because
you see them every day. You interact with them every day. You talk with them every day. You go to lunch together. You probably go to lunch together every day.
Yeah, you get to see the real them, right? Because nobody's putting on an act. Everybody's themselves, right? So you see the real them. And what do you think is one of the number one attraction attributes that someone has or someone would be attracted to? What do you think?
Their bodies.
That's one. That's physical.
That's right there.
Physical.
Yeah.
A lot of, men, I guess, would be different from women. Women are more on the mental. But
women are physical too.
Women, of course.
But after 100%. The physical aspect, then you're talking about what else happens after that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I
think someone that's funny.
Oh man,
someone that's
funny guys and funny females and funny females.
Yes, both
funny
ways,
guys and funny girls, man.
And like you said, when you're there all day interacting and you're getting pure jokes, and like you said, maybe having the little disagreement at home, you come there and they just change your mood. You came in pissed, but they just change your mood because of their personality.
Exactly.
There's another connection.
Just think about it. Like, what if you are in a relationship for like 5, 10, 15, 20 years where things are just mundane and just mediocre, where you just go home, watch movies, night, honey, kiss, go to bed. Then you go to work. This guy's making you laugh every day. You're happy, excited. You're going to lunch together. Then after that, you hug, probably kiss you on the cheek. You know what I mean? And then you go home to your significant other and put on that persona for that particular relationship.
Yeah.
The excitement now becomes, I can't wait to go to work to see my friend. It's just how it goes.
It's just how it goes. Just how
you know
it
what I
goes.
mean? And this is a fact because that's happened to me.
Yeah.
I've had to like tell females like, sorry, not. You know what I mean, let's just chill out. Sounds crazy, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because people like people that make them feel good.
Yep. 100%.
You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right. People like funny people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what should those people do that they have that person at work that it just does it for them? They should just like leave their relationship that doesn't do it for them.
Negative.
Is it that easy?
Never.
That easy or not?
No,
that easy?
I mean, it's not that easy because they don't want to destroy something they've built.
Right.
And people, you know, people have been working before we were born. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that it can't be done. You just have to have strong willpower and discipline not to succumb to your desires.
4 out of 5 women. That's all I'm saying. 4. This is the actual survey. 4 out of 5 women.
That is deadly.
Are cheating. And when I say like, now let me break down that survey. That survey was, the first question was if someone that you've went out with, maybe to lunch or whatever at work, that your significant other doesn't know about. 4 out of 5 women said yes.
Wow.
Have you had sex with someone from work that your significant other doesn't know about? 3 out of those 4 said yes.
3 out of the 4
have had, and this is a real survey.
That's crazy.
So, and it's anonymous, so nobody's giving their name.
Yeah, of course.
Or whatever. But based on the numbers, 3 out of 4 women are having an affair at work that their significant doesn't know about.
Wow.
And this is just in an area of like a downtown financial district where it's like, you know, tons of people.
That's crazy.
And guess what? The numbers were the same for the men.
Because you have a relationship.
Yeah.
There's a relationship that is formed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a relationship that is formed, you know? And
yeah.
Remember we talked about this in the previous episodes. I forgot which one. I think it was either like the monogamy episode or whatever situation is where cheating has now taken different forms. Yeah. It doesn't have to be sexual. It could be emotional. It could be mental. You know, maybe your significant other doesn't stimulate you.
Yeah.
But this person at work stimulates you so much that you're so turned on by this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you see them every single day. Mm-hmm. Tell me how you can resist if an opportunity arises.
Yeah. You can't. You can't. And a lot of those workplaces too, there's so much ample. It's not like they're working in a classroom with how many people beside them. There's a lot of them that there's a lot of one-on-one time.
Dude,
a lot of one-on-one time.
You are in relationships without saying you are in relationships.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
and if you're in it's we're only human.
Yeah.
If you're in that situation, it's not like I even blame somebody for doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're only human.
Yeah.
It's if you're in that situation, obviously if you want to have that discipline, you do whatever you need to do to isolate yourself from that situation.
Yeah.
Like don't be in the office by themselves, like, or whatever it is, one-on-one. Like if you have to, you know, you keep it to a minimum, like maybe, you know, but that takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
That takes
it takes a lot of discipline. And that's what I was telling you when we were talking about, you know, monogamy being a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's in our nature, right? It's in our nature to be attracted to something and try to do something about it. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's why it's hard these days because it's just imagine you have this girl that looks so good, smells so good. She's intelligent. She stimulates your mind.
Yeah.
She's funny. Yeah. You see this girl every day at work.
Yeah.
You go to lunch together. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you guys go to company events.
Oh, yeah.
There's drinking involved. So you make a little bit of jokes here there. You carpool together.
Oh, like, but hey, now that you said that, not to cut you off, but now that you said that for real, because, you know, even like some companies, and I've seen, they have their Christmas dinner
Yes.
and they say no significance
Yes.
invited.
I've been
Just-
there. What are you talking about? You know, I've worked in
Now
almost
you're
every place
drinking.
in Ontario.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I've been to Christmas parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've almost been a victim to that.
Yeah.
A little drink
Little
goes
drink.
a long way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
booster goes a lot because it helped booster. We're not even talking about boosters. Not that type of booster, folks. We don't want to hear no controversial talks here. We're talking about something that'll boost you to be brave to pursue somebody that you desire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, just to talk about your original question about, do you think your companion can be your best friend? I would say 50-50. It all depends on your lifestyle. It all depends on the type of things you're into.
Yeah.
But usually guy friends have guy best friends that they do guy stuff together, and girls have girl best friends that they do girl stuff together.
Right. And like I said from before, the way I believe, I think it's a nice thing. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is beautiful for sure.
When you guys have that kind of relationship, and I even envy it when I see it. I love it. It's awesome.
Usually,
I know it's hard to find.
It's hard to find, but I'm gonna tell you something now. Usually, the companionship and best friend things has to merge together when you guys are like hitting your 60s and 70s.
Wow.
Because you guys ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, I think it could hit a little bit earlier.
Maybe, yeah, in some cases, but like a lot of times, come on, man. You see the old, like my parents, they're best friends now. I don't think that was back 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But you could just see that now that's who they got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're all I got. You know what I mean? Like, because they're up there now. So that could be a great opportunity for, the friendship and the significant other or companionship to mold and become stronger because you guys are doing less things together and less activities.
Mm-hmm. I still, because I have a vast array of people that I know that, and they're like young people from in their mid to late 20s.
Mid to late 20s,
30s.
Talk to me when you're 40.
They do everything
Nick,
together.
there's stages of relationships. When you're 18, you're still young. When you're 25 years old or 20, you're still young.
Yeah.
Talk to me when you're hitting over 40.
Right.
That is when you really become an adult and you've already gone through a lot of stuff and you determine exactly what you want. Those things, I'm not saying it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a perfect example of those. You know what I mean? I'm doing football numbers, but people change.
Yeah.
People change as they go older. So when someone says, "Oh, in my 20s, I'm in my relationship, love my life in my 20s," that's fine. People change as they move on in life. What you were doing in your 20s, you're not going to be probably doing the same in your 30s.
Yeah.
What you're doing or what you believe in your 30s, you're not going to be doing in your 40s or 50s. Things change. So if you're able to connect while you're going through decades of being together, kudos to you.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, things change in life. Your body changes, your mind state and your mindset changes. And it's all about you trying to adapt to those changes to make sure that you still blend in nicely with your significant other.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're fooling yourself and you're going to be doing a lot of things that you probably did not want to do because you did not foresee this happening in your later stages in life.
Yeah. I got you. Well said. Thank you for that.
Not a problem, man. Just talking,
So I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Being friends, best friends with your significant other, beautiful thing. You broke it down. You want another best friend?
No, it's like my homeboys are my homeboys. Like I don't need to be your. My girl doesn't have to be my best friend.
Yeah.
And it works.
That works for you.
It works. It works for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just like when I hang with my boys, I'm hanging with my boys.
Yeah.
My girl is my queen.
Yeah.
I come through, I treat like a queen. I can't treat my queen like a king.
Yeah.
There's two separate things to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My homeboys are my homeboys. You're my queen.
Yeah.
So the treatment and the affection I give you is going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my opinion, and that's just what I believe based on my own experience and the relationship I'm in.
Yeah. Thank you for that, man. Listen, your boys Nick and Francis in the building.
You
Big
already
up to the rest of the Talk Exchange crew.
Talk Exchange.
Karina, Charisse, Dre, Maxine, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in.
And tune into the Talk Exchange talk show itself, where you see the full cast, minus me, because I'm always directing the actual TV show itself. So you could catch that on Instagram. You could catch that on YouTube. You could give them the plug.
There you go. On Instagram, you got _talk_exchange. And on YouTube, just type in the Talk Exchange and you'll see us come up, view all the episodes. And there you go.
And we got more episodes coming. Stay tuned.
As always. All right. Take care. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.
Peace. That's what's up.